Number 1 says Quincy has 1/2 a box of cereal to eat over 6 days. If he splits the half box into equal portions, how much will he eat each day? So we have 1/2 box of cereal divided over 6 days. Equals, we'll say C for cereal. So again, here's my box of cereal. Right now I have half of the box. Then I want to split that into 6 days. I'm going to have one each day. So this will be one day, this is one day, and so on. So each day I'm going to get one of these sections. So I'm going to have one out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1/12 of a box of cereal each day. Number 2 says solve. So 4 minus 9 we can't do. So we have to borrow from the 2, which becomes a 1. The 4 becomes a 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 1 minus 7 we can't do, so we borrow from the 4, which is a 3. The 1 becomes an 11. 11 minus 7 is 4. We have to line our decimal points. 3 minus 9 we can't do, so we have to borrow from the 0. Since we can't borrow from the 0, we have to go to the 5, or the 6, which becomes a 5. The 0 becomes a 10, and then we have to borrow 1 from it. So 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. 9 minus 9 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. So our answer is 4 45/100ths. The next one is 9 minus 3 52/100ths. So we can't do it right now because we don't have zeros, so we have to add our decimal point and 2 zeros. So 0 minus 2 we can't do, so we have to borrow from the 0. Since we can't, we go to the 9, which becomes an 8. This becomes a 10. We borrow 1. It becomes a 9. 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. Line our decimal points. 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 48/100. The next one says rewrite the problem with the common denominator and then solve. So first, we look at our 2 and our 7 and we have to list our multiples. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 7 is 7, 14, 21, 28. So if we look, we have a 14 here and a 14 here. So we can change them both over to 14ths. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 3 times 2 is 6. So now we have 12 and 7/14 minus 9 and 6/14. So 12 minus 9 is 3. 7/14 minus 6/14, 1/14. So our answer is 3 1/14. Next we have round 2,813 and 965 thousandths to the nearest 100, 100th, 1, and 10th. For the first one, when we round to the nearest 100, we look at the 8 since it's in the 100 spot. We look to the right. Since it's a 1, we round down. So we would go 2, 8, 0, 0. So 2,800. The 100th is the 6. We look to the right. It's a 5, so we round up. So again, anything before it stays the same. And then we round our 6 up to a 7. To the nearest ones, we have a 3. So we look to the right. It's a 9, which means we round up. So anything before the 3 stays the same. The 3 we round up to a 4. So 2,814. The last one, the 10th, we look at the 9. We look to the right. It's a 6, so we round up. So since it's a 9, we have to round up to a 10. So this would be a 0. and we add our 1 right here. So this one is actually, again, 2,814 and 0 tenths. The last one, number 5, says use the points on the grid to fill out the missing coordinates in the table. So if we look at 0 for our x, our y, all the way up here, is 10. For our y is 8, our x is 1. 2 and 6 is done for us. Our x at 3, therefore our y is 4. If our y is 2, our x is 4. If our x is 5, our y is 0. So now it says write a number story that could be represented by this data. So I could say that Kayla has $10. She spent $2 each day on the bus. How much money did she have left after each day? Because again, if she starts with $10, then she spends $2, $2, $2, $2, $2. So you can make up your own story as long as, again, you start with 10 and then something gets 2 less each day.